pictures and videos. While I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the shit, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot shit, got all my people in red clothes. Dialing my metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros like
Really
that.
wanna party with me?
Hey, what's happening, everyone? Welcome to a Wednesday edition, of course, of the Walking This Ways Impact Boys podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr. We're broadcasting out of DFW, down Fort Worth, Texas, part of the area. Man, I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. We know this is Wednesday afternoon. It's after 2, and we're already cruising on through. I'm very excited, very honored, very privileged to have a very special guest on here with me this afternoon. An extraordinary woman that I came in contact with via Facebook, of course. I respect her integrity. I respect her being consistent on all calls. I respect her that she's actually making a life for herself, and she's not sitting around and not just waiting for somebody to give her the opportunity, but she's getting out there making opportunities. And these type of individuals that we want to come in contact with that motivate you, inspire you, but most importantly, always take it to the next level as we constantly evolve. So I want to welcome Alex, of course. Welcome, Alex, to the Walking This Way Impact Wars podcast. I know you've been doing a lot of running around. I know you've been traveling, conducting business. But like I said, I respect you, what you're doing. You're a woman that's consistent. You're a woman who's about her business. Like I mentioned earlier, you're not sitting around just somebody waiting to give you the opportunity. You're out there making opportunities and making a life for yourself. And that's why I respect. So, of course, Alice, welcome to the Walking This Way Impact Boys podcast. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience. Give us a rundown on who this extraordinary woman is.
Thank you so much for that introduction. I truly appreciate it. First off, and I'm inspired by people I come in contact with too on Facebook. Like, we inspire each other. But for me, I'm Alexis or Alex Moore from Memphis, Tennessee. I've been in the DFW Metroplex for 10 years, actually 10 years in August. And I've had an amazing time. It's been a great time both in Tennessee and in Texas. Each market, each experiences, each set of experiences have molded me to where I am right now.
And like I said, just as what I say, we interacted on social media. Just the work that you're doing, you're an entrepreneur, but you're diverse in entrepreneurship. Have you always been an individual who always take on different challenges to just keep ahead of the flow? How has that been? Just matter of fact, how did you ever come in the role of being an entrepreneur? That's something that runs your family, or you're the first one in your family to go down that path of entrepreneurship?
Actually, I'm not the first one in my family. That was the last question I caught. But how I came into it was just figuring it out along the way, really. My degree and background is in business management and marketing. So I knew I wanted to do both of those some type of way. And it worked out to where not only my corporate job, because I'm in corporate, and I've learned a lot in corporate. I would say it's the foundation, not only just for what I actually do on the day-to-day, but there are a lot of principles that you learn in those settings that I apply to my own businesses. And I always knew I wanted to have an online boutique. And with that, it's just that came really kind of from my grandmother, maybe my mother too, because they were both shoppers. And in shopping and helping people, everything that I do revolves around helping people. So outside of corporate, you have the online boutique. I'm a life insurance agent or licensed life insurance agent. I do taxes. I do tax preparation for the entire United States, not just the DFW Metroplex or Memphis, Tennessee. We're everywhere, so we can do those for you. You can actually, going back to life insurance, I can write policies for Texas and Tennessee. I'm probably going to add California and Mississippi too, because I have family there. And then I do commercial print and acting. So I'm with an agency here in the Metroplex that's pretty good. And it's like one thing just kind of led to the next. I met each opportunity by going through one opportunity. Yeah.
Right. And I respect that, and just how you constantly going nonstop. as scriptures say, you go from glory to glory,
Amen.
and you're an individual who does not stop. How do you balance all that from the business that you're doing and other projects you're doing? How do you balance all that? How do you fit everything within the schedule? Because this sounds like you have everything already mapped out, planned out, already sorted out. Where you know what, I want to master everything that I want to that I put my hand to. Because we know the scripture tells us everything we put our hand to will prosper, and we know that comes from us being obedient.
Mhm. I prioritize a lot. Like I used to try to do everything, like every
Mhm.
single thing. Even I have a property in Tennessee. I would try to manage the property in Tennessee, but have the home here. But like, you have to learn those things that you can and cannot do, and that's okay. That's what other people are there for, to help you with. So I prioritize what I can do first, and from that chunk, what I can't do, I want to make sure that there's coverage for it and I have an eye on it. But I just realized that I can't do everything. So that's the first step. And then letting things go. Like, things are not going to be perfect. I do not strive to be perfect. I know some business owners do, some people do, just in general. I don't strive to be perfect, because perfection is what will lead to a lot of your disappointments, a lot of your anxiety, a lot of your emotional just roller coaster feel. I don't strive to be perfect. I know what I can and cannot do. I'm learning. I've learned along the way to release some of that to others that can assist, because I mean, it does take a village for adults too.
Right, it does. And just to know, like I said, you know your limitations, you know
Hmm.
what you can and can't do, and that's okay, ladies and gentlemen, because we can't do everything. We can't, So it's like, okay, I know where I'm at, and at the end of the day, I don't want to hurt myself nor put the pressure. And I know you mentioned perfection.
Hmm.
In your opinion, do you feel like people are putting a lot of pressure on themselves to the point
Definitely.
where they burn themselves out, stress themselves out, and just throw in the towel?
I do. And in line with prioritization, it's not only for the work that I prioritize and the things that I can do on the day to day, but I prioritize myself. And that's a lesson in itself as well. You can't attend every function. You can't be here and be there and then expect yourself to be able to pour into what you need to for yourself, or take time out for yourself. So definitely, the desire to be perfect is messing with a lot of people's heads.
Yeah, yeah. I just imagine on how it is. And big shout out to my cousin in the comment section. He said,
Um,
"Perfection, that's facts. I have been burnt out, bro." That's my big shout out to my cousin that's watching this afternoon. Big shout out to him. And that added pressure that we put on ourselves
mhm.
to where we're to the point where we just lose focus on what we want to do. You
Absolutely.
know, scared to I want to say that scared to say no as well. It's nothing wrong with saying no. I know a lot of individuals are scared to say no, especially what you mentioned earlier. You know your limitations, and we have a lot of opportunity presented before us,
Right.
and we was like, okay, I want to say yes. Deep down inside, I want to say no. Because when I say no, because okay, I have so much going on, and I don't want to ruin a relationship that makes sense.
Hmm.
Where we do something, we go along with it just because I don't want to hurt nobody's feeling, but deep
Hmm.
down inside, your heart is not into it. And we know that causes a lot of chaos and confusion down the road
Right.
because we don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Right. Yeah, you have to lose that. This is not going to work. People are going to feel how they feel, and it's okay.
And it is. And it's okay. And it really is okay. But like I said, you have an extraordinary resume. You're doing a lot of great things.
Thank you.
What has been the most challenging journey for you so far? I know you say you've been here for 10 years. What has been the most challenging thing you have come across and faced on your path to greatness?
We're talking Tennessee or Texas, or both.
We're talking Texas. We're talking both.
Okay, let's
Hey,
talk Texas. I would say reaching people. I do promotions, so I'm used to doing not sales, but marketing and promotions. So
Right.
getting the word out, letting people know that this exists and it's great. They can take it or leave it. Everything the areas that I work in are always going to be something that helps people. So I expect people to see the value in that, and I had to realize like not everybody sees the value in helping themselves or positioning themselves in a certain way. So reaching not only just people, but people who get it,
Right.
and I would want to persuade people to understand that concept, but sticking to it and like making sure I persuaded to them has been a
Mhm.
challenge because I'm more so like, how do you not see you don't need life insurance? Like, it's a no-brainer for me. So I may give the spiel and then it's like, okay, this person doesn't get it. But sticking to that the importance of it and helping people understand or that's and actually follow through and close out life insurance or even like a purchase from the online store. I'm in the studio storeroom. So you might have seen a peek of that earlier. But yeah, just not reaching the right people, and even if they're not right for my market, getting them to understand the importance of what I do.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned the life insurance. We know that that's a conversation that we don't have, of course, and it's something that needs to be incorporated in our daily lives on a regular basis, especially when it comes to family, marriages, things like that nature. Because we never think about this kind of stuff. If we lose a loved one, we're always doing a GoFundMe account. We're always doing plate sales, but to basically get the best insurance policy for our families that we know we're gonna leave this world one day. We know that, but to be in a better position where we don't have to struggle when we lose that loved one, and life insurance policy is the best thing to go, of course. That we are known now knowing. But let me ask you this, Alex:
Okay.
are individuals warming up to having a life insurance policy now? Are they kind of like shunning away from it, or they're now more embracing it? The year 2024.
In 24 is becoming more of a topic because the concept of be your own bank, investing in it, using the benefits while you're still here are concepts that we don't talk about. We know the death benefit, but we don't know that we can use some of those benefits while we're still here. So, especially in our communities, as people like myself and other teams are or other agents are directly connected to those carriers, we're able to directly speak that knowledge to our communities. And you'd be surprised of how receptive people are simply because they just didn't know, or the amount of coverage that they actually need. It's, in some cases, it's not that they don't want it, it's that they just don't know. So you have to
Mhm.
provide the knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Just warming up to the fact of better of just preparing yourself, protecting yourself at all costs. And like I said, I'm glad now, as they say, with transparency, but
Right.
having more of these conversations now where we could talk about these things, especially if you plan on getting married, you plan on having a family. These are kind of conversations that we need to talk about.
Right.
And more than saying I is married now, but having a plan in place. Because in my marriage to me, Alex, is a business. When I say
Okay.
it's a business, because you're both strategizing, okay, how are we gonna conduct our marriage? How are we gonna conduct our family? How are we gonna conduct the finance? You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And we never go into that state of mind and saying, okay, we're here. We came together for a purpose. We came together for a reason. But like I said, more than just say I is married now,
Right.
but just having a very strong foundation that people who desire and want that need to have these kind of conversations so we know where we at.
Hmm.
It's all about the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Like the scripture tells us, write the vision, make it plain. Whosoever read will run with it. So it's all about writing this thing out. What you say about that? Writing things out, writing these plans out, because it's something we don't take this stuff seriously.
I'm a firm believer in it. I'll say before I moved from Tennessee, I actually had a list. It was before I graduated from grad school too. I'm pretty sure. But I'm trying to see it. If ever I look off, it's because my little vision board is over here and it's like so no, I had a list, and I had a list for here. And as I actually was just talking to one of my cousins about it. I made her a list. We went down the list together of what you need to be doing. She's checked off everything on that list. So I'm like, okay, after you do this she had one more thing. But after you do this last thing, then we're going to make a new list. She didn't respond, but then I talked to her and she was cool with it. But yeah, I'm firm on writing it out. And that way the vision is clear for you. You know what you need to do. For example, something for me was I wanted to be finished with school before my daughter started school. And I was finished with all school before she went to kindergarten. So it's just an example of like, I wanted to move. We made the move happen, check mark. So just check those things off the list, and that way you can see which direction you're going in, and you know that you're making progress. Like, if you don't have something to measure it by or to look at or go back to, you can't really see the progress that you're making. And a lot of people get down on themselves because they think I'm in the same place. But if you had something to go back to, you could see, no, you've actually done this, and this. So it's very helpful.
Right. And that's where the frustration, I believe, that comes in at, the frustration, the anxiety, the depression of not having a clear-cut direction in life. You know, growing up, we was taught to, as they say, go to school, get a job, doing that job for 30 plus years, get a retirement, get a pension, you swear you're living a good life. But never took the time out to plan out, say, okay, what I want to do in my life, how I want to go about things, how I want to conduct things. You know, growing up at church, and we always had imaginations. But it was later down the road, when we got older and started growing up, things got damper because of influences, people's opinions, and we lose sight of what we want to do. Because they always told you, you put your mind to it, you can be anything that you want. And I know, Alex, that individuals are starting to dream again. Not dream again, but get their imaginations back to envision. Because I say this all the time on the show. You was not created to be a waste. You know, the Bible tells us, with the apple of God's eye, we're fearfully, wonderfully made. We're more than conquerors. These are words that He bestowed upon us, that He already see that in us, always did, but we have to see within ourselves now to accomplish the assignment, to accomplish what sits before us. And that's what, going back to knowing your worth, going back to knowing your value, and things like that. But like I said, how you plan everything out. What advice would you give someone who never did that before, but wants to attempt to try to plan things out when it comes to their life? Because at the end of the day, if we don't write our story, somebody else is gonna write it for us.
Right. I would say write everything out. Like, it's almost like a self-brainstorming session. So it doesn't have to be in order. It doesn't have to make sense. You can even go to the highest dream, like you said, we're dreaming again, or actually figuring out how to make those dreams happen. So I would say put it all down on an actual pen and paper, or these days we use the notepad and the phone. Put everything on there that you want. And then you can move things around for your short-term and long-term goals. And then that creates your list. So a jumble of all the thoughts in your mind of what you would like to do, from A to Z, left to right, whatever it is that you want to do. And then organize it in a way that, okay, these can actually happen this year. These can happen 2 to 3 years. These can happen 3 to 5 years, 5 to 10. And just make it happen one by one.
And that's it. Make it happen one by one. Before we go any further, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to be right back after our commercial break, of course.
Okay.
All right.
Johnny Domino, set that up. You know, every time I do something, I got to keep it real with myself. I got to put everything in a man up above. And one day, God told me.
All right.
You gotta stay prayed up, man. You gotta stay prayed up.
I know life gets heavy sometimes, make it hard to breathe. But stay prayed up.
Talk to him, Adrian.
The trouble don't last always.
You know.
Death ain't easy to accept, but do this for me. Stay prayed up.
What you always tell him?
And I see you on the other side.
I see you on the other side.
We all got a place at a time.
We got that time
and that's
coming.
the bottom line. Stay prayed up.
You gotta stay prayed up, though.
The short as we live, we must die. When it's my time to go, I want you to know.
Hey, China, let them know how you rejoice on this verse.
They say rejoice when they die and cry when they born, and through the rain and the storms you gotta keep pressing on, cause you never know when your season gon' change. But you better know that your season gon' change and your time gon' come, and life could be a beer, and every single day that beat get realer. Yo, but life is for the living, yeah. So live while you living. And what is prayer? You telling God what you feeling, or you sitting quiet meditating so you can hear him. And he'll tell you how to make it and show you how to battle, cause it's a war in the matrix. And you might get some scars on your face, but the race ain't given to the swift, you gotta pace it. Cause life is a journey, and I'ma keep praying till they put me on a gurney.
I know life gets heavy sometimes, make it hard to breathe. But stay prayed up.
You gotta stay prayed up.
The trouble don't last always. Death ain't easy to accept, but do this for me. Stay prayed up.
You know I'ma see you on that other
And
side,
I see you on the other side. We all got a place at a time, and that's the bottom line. Stay prayed up.
Our time coming.
The short as we live, we must die.
I want you to know.
When it's my time to go, I want you to know.
Hey, D1,
give
me that real life experience.
D1. It feel like I'm cursed, but I know that I'm blessed. I smile on the ground, but I know that I'm stressed. My partner got murked, we just laid him to rest. Now I'm at the gun store buying bulletproof vests. I just left out of church, paranoid in the service. I'm looking at me mugged up, got me nervous. Saw him stand up, thought that he was finna blast me. Ran, gave his life to the Lord, walked right past me. Hold up, ain't prayed in a while. Hold up, remember back as a child, wanted to be like Mike. My grandma bought me Wheaties. Couldn't add sugar cause she had diabetes. But those was the days when it all felt easy. Now I get depressed when I turn on the TV. I need me a blessing, so pray for me. Trying to get my soul right cause judgment day coming.
I know life gets heavy sometimes, make it hard to breathe. But stay prayed up, yeah. The trouble don't last always. Death ain't easy to accept, but do this for me. Stay prayed up, yeah. And I see you on the other side. We all got a place at a time, and that's the bottom line. Stay prayed up. As sure as we live, we must die.
You know, I gotta send this dedication out to my dog,
My
brother, Mr. Magic, and my sis, Chastity. You know I stay prayed up. And to everybody that's not here no more, one love. Shout out to my dog, His Willie Key, Mr. Rolling on the guitar.
Man, what's happening, everybody? We're back here on the Walking This Way Impact Voice podcast. We're actually doing an early tradition today, episode today, of course. I will not be doing a show tonight at 7. I will be back here Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Very, very excited, very honored, very privileged to have a very special guest on the show. Alice, thank you once again. Take time out of your productive schedule to come on the show. Let me ask you this. What keeps you motivated? What keeps you rooted and grounded? What keeps you disciplined on this pathway to success?
I can't sit still, so that's what keeps me going. I work is therapy to me, and not overwork, but having my mind centered in and focused on a thing, whether it be, like I said, the store, life insurance, taxes, doing commercial print, doing any of those things, or checking out my house, because I wanted some duplex too. I want some duplexes too. Those are
okay.
So my mind is always centered in on one of those areas, sometimes all those areas at a time. So in doing that, I know that there's work to do, and that's what keeps me motivated, because it has to get done. You know, who's gonna do it if you don't?
I agree 1,000%, because nobody's not going to come to your front door and tell you to get your life together when you have to get up and do it. Because we're in a world, what they say is a dog-eat-dog world out here. At the end of the day, people don't care about your feelings. They say forget your feelings. Matter of fact, your goals don't even care how you feel. You got to get up and make something happen. You know, we like I said, we visualize these things all day long. But Alice, you know, faith without works is dead, right? So if you're not putting the faith with the works, is dead. It got to be that marriage. It got to go. Faith works got to go hand in hand. You know, I can say faith all day, but if you're not putting works behind that faith, it's in vain. So you have to get up and make things happen. And we know we are already in the 7th month of 2024. We know how individuals get. We all been there before at one point where we have these high expectations. We have the high hopes, especially when it comes to the first of the year, the last month of the year, and how we have all these excitements. This is my year. This is my time. Do this, and how we have the high expectation for ourselves, Alex. But later on down the road, we lose sight of those things. We allow circumstances, we allow other things to come in to distract us.
Right.
And then we'll just go down that drought road, and then we'll go right back up to that point of being excited again. How can we keep that momentum going? Like have that made up mind. Say, you know what? I'm gonna love my life. I'm gonna love me. I'm gonna be happy. Just to keep that momentum going. What do you do to keep that momentum going throughout the whole entire time, throughout the whole entire year?
Well, I would say the momentum changes, and quite naturally for the reason of what you just explained. Life is hills and valleys. Like mountains will be at the top of the mountain. We'll feel like we have it all together, and then something can happen, like you said. But that's a part of life. So the biggest thing for me is just don't get stuck in that place. I can't tell myself that those places are not going to exist, because they do. And I'm very realistic. So maybe that's a part of my strategy. Is just to be realistic with myself. Like, you can feel when you're up, and you can definitely feel when you're down. So when you're down, you have to make sure that you're doing something to bring yourself back up. Whether it be, you know, they say step outside, get some sun, or go for a run, exercise, or whatever those things are. I enjoy shopping for myself and shopping for others too. But whatever that thing is that makes you smile, that's what you have to remember to do during those times, because those times are going to come. We can't avoid them. So the goal is to make sure you don't stay there too long. And I just center in on, okay, this doesn't feel good, acknowledging the fact it doesn't feel good, and then moving towards something that does, that's productive, and that's going to push me back to where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, and I agree. It's the reaction part. Okay, is this thing is I'm going to control it, or if you going to control it, and that's when those tensions come. If they going to control me or control it, the reaction part. You know, if someone says something negative about you, it's their reaction, which means okay, I don't control it; it control me. If that makes sense, what I'm saying. But going through the valleys of life, knowing that we are being pruned, knowing that we are evolving as people, and to continue on growing. I love the process of growing. I love the process of developing, because we all are working and making. It's just like muscles. If you want to build muscles, we know that the muscles not gonna come overnight, but the muscles will develop within time. You just have to do the things in order to gain the muscles that you're looking for. And we know we're in a generation now, Alex, where everyone wants that instant gratification. And if it don't look good, just like social media, if I don't get one like or if I don't get one share, I get frustrated, or I just put posters up and say, I'm going to start deleting people because they don't speak to me. Okay, now you're allowing social media to control you instead of you controlling it. What you say about that?
I agree. We have to be mindful of what we do and do not control. Like in that example, you can't control if you get a like, share, or a view. But what you can control is what you're putting out into the atmosphere. And so if you're putting out negativity, then that's the space you're going to stay in. I don't know about you, but I don't want to stay in that space or even focus in on that because I can't control that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you can't control it, but you control yourself and how you do things. But also, in the process, like I said earlier, I enjoy the process because we're learning as humans. We're learning to get better. The goal is to get better each and every moment, each and every second of our lives. If you're not willing to get better, then you just wasting your time. But just to get better. And I know you are an individual who wants to reach higher heights. And I know you're doing a lot of great things. What other things, Alex, that you want to master for yourself while you got breath in your body?
Like I said, I want duplexes. I've always wanted duplexes. So I have one property. Then, of course, I'm living and I have a home here in Texas. But I would like to look at duplexes to have a few more investment properties. And then also to see those pieces that I currently have to grow. So with that, and then continue helping people. I mean, through those industries, they're different, but they're similar. They're kind of connected because they all, like I said, go with helping people. So I want to continue to expand that reach. So I look at it like laying the foundation, and then I want to expand that, like what I've already created out. Yeah. And travel more. I like to travel, so I want to see some more of the world.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. We'll take another quick commercial break. And that's another thing that you like to do. I know you mentioned that you are, you are into different foods. Food's one of your favorites.
I like food.
We'll talk more about that too, because we'll talk more about that too after this commercial break.
Okay.
Monday through Saturday, I open my Bible. Bible showed me how to walk in the spirit. Spirit of God, hell with decision. Shit that leads me straight to the prison. Fruit of the spirit, the heaven with water. Plant won't grow with diamond water. Sunday sprinkles just not on the water. Words of Christ is water my soul. It fills my bowl, it overflow. To these souls that dry and cold. So lost without you, don't know where to go. Here I am, available, so renew my mind. Take out the time, study alone. Put down the phone. No distraction, no drama, no problem. All these things are giving the phone. I'm walking the spirit. Just a place that's not my thing. Obey what I say to do. Not just some Sunday man. I walk in the spirit. I talk in the spirit. I live in the spirit. I'm moving the spirit. Yeah, I'm walking the spirit. Just a place that's not my thing. Obey what I say to do. Not just some Sunday man. I walk in the spirit. I talk in the spirit. I live in the spirit. I'm moving the spirit. Yeah. Early mornings will do hit the ground. Thinking your face, you show me around. Show me the place in the spiritual world. Placing more precious than diamonds and pearl. Value one more than the silver and gold. I follow your spirit wherever you go. I can't go a day without seeking you. Directions, all that's it come from you. You order my steps, green light my way. I know it's okay to do it that way. Peace about it, I know it's okay to do it your way. It's always safe. Fruit of the spirit will grow on my tree. Keep walking fresh and curse my tree. Living goodness, meek and tender. Kindness that will come from me. I'm walking the spirit. Just a place that's not my thing. Obey what I say to do. Not just some Sunday man. I walk in the spirit. I talk in the spirit. I live in the spirit. I'm moving the spirit. I'm walking the spirit. Just a place that's not my thing. Obey what I say to do. Not just some Sunday man. I walk in the spirit. I talk in the spirit. I live in the spirit. I'm moving the spirit. Yeah.
Gripping it with two hands. Back touchdown, you know you running through that. Bang, Ooh yeah, she love it when I do that. Pull her hair with rumble from the back, grip her with two hands. Spinning for a two-piece, well I meant to say two bands. Everybody meet a man, but I already knew that.
Michael Corleone, bringing that pressure to all of the opposites. Kill you see it, a block mix. On the block with a Glock hanging out the bitch. That affection, I swear I'm gon' make them feel it. Out the top of the drop when I let up a tip. Wanna live like this shit, be a part of the beat. Wanna come like this shit, better change your attention. In that order, I'm a chief that I mentioned. On in your 40 and see how you get. Beat up off disrespect to them. Wisdom gon' come when you see what is written. Under the sun, gotta see what been hidden. Ain't got no money, but flooded a pendant. Come in the strip, but can't live in a prison. Ain't cut like this, it might need to be. You must be dumb. Damn.
Spinning for a two-piece, well I meant to say two bands. I just bought a two-piece, cooking it in two pans. We gripping it with two hands. Back touchdown, and you know you running through that. Bad man, ooh yeah, she love it when I.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on the Walking This Way Impact Boys podcast. I'm gonna give a big shout out to one of my good friends back home in my hometown of Mobile, Alabama, King David, Fruit of the Spirit. Also, I have t-shirts on sale as well, custom-made t-shirts. I'm rocking one of the t-shirts from Underdog to Icon. It's on the website available because that's what it's all about. You go from Underdog then to being an icon. So I do have men and women shirts available on the website. So go purchase a t-shirt. Also, hits out the podcast as well. Also, I'm partnered with Vivid as well. So I know I've been posting stuff about Vivid Smart Home Security System. I'm also affiliated with them as well. Also, but other than that, we're doing a lot of great things here on the podcast. So if you want your music played, you got commercials that you want to advertise here on the podcast, holla at me, get at me. I would love to showcase it here as we go live. Also, I am on Spotify. So follow your boy on Spotify. Follow your boy on Our Heart Podcast as well, where you hear latest episodes like this as you ride, working out, whatever you doing. But most important, we all about getting better. And that's what it's all about, Alex. We're all about getting better. Also, I know one of your things you love to eat. So we know here in Dallas, DFW, we have a lot of restaurants here, So what has been the one you would be the most top, and which one would you recommend for people to try?
There are so many. Let me think. I have like all of my videos of food in my head, but thinking of the names, because a lot of times we go to them like once and then like try different ones.
Yeah.
One that sticks out, God. If you hadn't asked me, I would have known.
Hey, but what is your
Musume? I went to my birthday there.
Okay.
And then it's like they have the food in the front, the restaurant in the front, and then they have the, what do you call it? Like speakeasy, or you go through the kitchen to get to the other side where it's.
Oh, really?
On this side, it was a party. It wasn't even like a laid back chill thing. I don't know if it was that particular night, but I believe it's called Musume. It's like Museme.
Okay.
And in the bathroom, they even spoke like it was given a Japanese speaking language or how to speak Japanese. It was pretty cool.
Okay, awesome. So what is your favorite dish of all times?
I like Asian food. If it's soul food, I like sweet potato casserole, sweet potato anything, sweet potato fries. It could be sweet potato anything. But if it's like a type of food, I would say Asian dishes. Not one specific. It could be Vietnamese, Thai, Chinese, Japanese, any of that.
Well, I know. And I know we know entrepreneurs are big on being healthy. So is it a strict is it a strict diet that you stick to on a regular basis to keep you energetic, to keep you alert, keep you full of energy?
Absolutely not. But what I do is I make sure I have balance. So on those times where I am eating all the things, so much good food, not even just here, like everywhere that I've traveled to, I'll make sure that I have like my detox tea, I have a calming stress tea now. So I'm big on tea. There's like different types of teas that I have. So I make sure I have tea in the morning. So that does create it's not so much a food like diet or anything, but I make sure I have something warm and calming in the morning, even if it does have caffeine in it.
Right.
Food wise, it's not strict. I didn't decide one day that I'm not going to eat pork or beef too much. I just shy away from pork or beef, and I am more chicken, turkey, fish, or seafood. So that helps. Lighter food. I think it keeps you more alert than some of the heavier meals. But like I said, I do one of the heavier meals. You're definitely going to have just a normal like detox tea or something like that to balance it out.
Yeah, I like that. I like tea myself. I normally I drink a lot of green tea. With my honey, of course. I don't do the sugar no more. I do honey. I know that the honey is healthy for you. So I do like the green tea. I do my coffee, but I'm also getting more into the vitamin coffee that has the limeade with deals with memory. So that's more good. I'm getting more to the mental aspect of things, like when it comes to our brain. When it comes to us to not to forget things, but also help us stay focused on the task at hand as well. So I'm very thankful that God has restored this thing upon us in the earth to be healthy, to take care of ourselves, to look more useful than ever before. Like the scripture says, he said, beloved, which above all things you may us prosper in health as well as our soul prosper. Because we forget about that. Right. We have the spiritual aspect, which is cool, but also prospering in our health. It's the most important. That's so it can be more useful and utilize our gifts and talent. Why make money and be sick?
Right. But a lot of it comes from stress. Like a lot of things manifest within our bodies from stress. Right. So the key is to keep that stress level down. Like you said, even with coffee, people feel different ways about coffee. Well, if it's the vitamin coffee or if there's mushroom coffie, I'll try any.
Yeah, I like mushroom coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like mushroom coffee. Man, I gotta order me some more mushroom coffee because I work I work myself, and I work within the law enforcement realm. So of course I'm doing 8 hours. I'm doing 16 hours. So I'm constantly doing doubles, and that's another thing too is make sure I had it on hand with me as I go, just to be alert, be awake. But most importantly, I know the task at hand, Alice, is to stay focused on the journey, the path, and to be utilized what God has given us. Because God gave everybody a gift. Scripture tells us that our gift should make room for us. Right. So whatever your gift is, it's gonna make room for you, and tap into those things as well. Also, so besides working, what else things that? And you mentioned traveling,
yes,
as well. So do you is it both traveling for pleasure, or is it traveling for business, or is it both? How do you do that?
I would say both, especially when it comes to the online boutique. I typically take something with me all the time and make it to where I'm able to show, because like the online boutique's really a vehicle to reach people. The fashion is great, the style is great, but on my social media platforms and things, you'll see there's a positive message whenever I post in there, whether it's about how you feel on the inside, how you look on the outside, progressing towards the future, or things like that. So when I travel, I always take something with me, and I make sure that in a way it's business. I'm still staying focused on it, but I enjoy living in the moment. I do. And in those times, I like to escape from all things work. Of course, prior to leaving, everything's in order down to the T of what could be done before then. But I like to live in the moment, so I like to enjoy the travel more so.
Man, that's what's up. I know you mentioned the boutique. How can the people, the audience, check out your boutique? Where can they go, and where can they shop with you at?
It's both on, well, we're actually 3 places now. I'll start with the most recent, which is in my sister. She's Dr. Tracy Brown Dorsey, and she's a naturopathy. So in line with the teas and that's what made me remember mushroom coffee, vitamin supplements, wellness all together. I have a area in her suite It's at 2735 Villa Creek Drive, number 142. So you can always come in and shop directly, or if you buy something online, which is the second place you can shop online at trueboutique.com, and it's TRUEBAUTIQUE.com, and you can select pick up at checkout if you're local and you want to pick it up at that office or at the suite. And then I do pop-up shops.
Okay.
They're a little slower now because I have the space in the office. So pop-up shops are always available when I do pop up. And you'll see that information on Facebook or Instagram. And you can also, that's the last place, or the fourth place you can shop is on social media. You can check out directly on there if you're more comfortable with checking out right on the spot. You can check out online. And then, they're all Shop True Boutique. And then I'm Alexis is True on just about everything.
Man, that's what's up right there. And I said, I want to tell you, keep up the great work. Keep doing what you're doing, which I know you're going to keep doing what you're doing. And most importantly, I hear the passion in your voice that you enjoy doing what you're doing, waking up to doing the things that you do. You know, at the end of the day, we know that the ultimate goal is to make money while you sleep. You know, we know that's the ultimate goal. Even though we're working for money, but at the end of the day, we know that money is a tool, and we know that we're going to put our money to use. You remember think about the scripture, Alice, when the Bible said that God gives seed to the sower.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because he know that the ones who sow, they're going to do something with that seed. It's like we're farmers. Like we go out there and we plant, and we know it takes time. We know it does take time. It's not going to sprout overnight.
Right.
But we know it takes time. You got to go out there, water it, do all the things we're supposed to do in order for it to grow to what it's going to be. So it's all about providing that seed to the soil. So hey, whatever your seed is, hey, utilize it. Whatever that rod in your hand, utilize it, and all the other great stuff. But I know everybody ready to get off the air, and I know you are a very productive woman. I know you have a schedule you have to stick to. So Alex, what word of advice, what sounds of wisdom that you want to bestow upon the audience here on the Walking This Way Impact Boys podcast?
I would say follow your heart and also let your spirit guide. You can literally feel what you're supposed to do. And you can feel what you're not supposed to do too. And I'm not just saying in business and on a personal level. I would say first tap into that. So if you haven't tapped into it, spend some alone time, spend some time with God, spend some time with your heart, your mind, your thoughts, your spirit, not influenced by the outside world. And in time, you'll literally be able to feel the direction you're supposed to go. And I would say my word of advice is to trust that. Trust that. Don't second guess it. Don't doubt it. If it's something that's coming, just know it's on the way and be confident in that. Yeah.
Hey, that sums it up right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a great Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your day. They say hump day. Most important, man, be on purpose. Know your purpose. Know your role. Come into the knowledge. Know your awareness, your knowledge, and all the great stuff. And I will be back here Saturday morning at 11 a.m. It won't be 10. It'll be 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. To then, man, y'all be blessed. One more time, Alice, go ahead and plug in your information, your social media site, so everyone can start following you.
Okay. So on most of social media, I am Alexis is True is the handle, and it's ALEXISTRUE. And for the online store, it's Shop True Boutique, ShopTrueBeautique. And the website is the same. It's going to be www.trueboutique.com. And under Alexis is True, you'll see all the other things. The life insurance, if you need quotes or if you want to start, or if you want to become an agent, tax preparation. I work with the agency that is Uptown Discovery Group and North Central Expressway. If you want to become a tax preparer, like there are things that you can do that I can assist with, and I'm here to assist with and also to work with you.
Man, that's what's up right there. Before we go, I want to give a big shout out to Maria in the comment section, a good friend of mine. She said thank you. So big shout out to her for tuning in and watching. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up. So we out this thing. Man, y'all have a great day, great evening,
Great
and we'll
life.
see you next time. Peace, everybody.